the biggest lesson I've kind of been learning over time is just, even if you don't feel motivated, just do it. Just do it anyways. Now, I do make sure you plan out some time to do nothing. Don't keep pushing through everything with there's no breaks to rest, no sleep or anything like that. Put some time in there, but if there's a task you have to do that task, and then afterwards do nothing. What's going on? It's E-Love here, and I'm trying to figure some things out and make some things happen. I'm going to start this off by talking about my feelings about this week, like hardcore. I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to watch anything. I just didn't want to do anything. It was just one of those weeks where everything just felt off to me. And I'm not sure, it could be because of the food that I ate or maybe the weather, something was going on. All I know is I didn't want to do anything. Now, when I look at my week objectively, I look at my meetings. Meetings went great. Schoolwork, got it knocked out, got everything done. Was able to hang out with my friends, had a little date night situation. And so those things were great. In between those things, I just didn't want to do anything. In the past, how I would handle that situation is, if I didn't want to do anything, this would lead to some type of spiral like, okay, Eddie, what's wrong with life? Why am I so broken? What is this? Why is life so hard? I just felt like there was just something going on. And when I was in my early 20s, I had this crazy drive that I just pushed through everything, and I kept going, and I kept on going. I did this, and I did that, and did this. And then in the past, as time passed, I realized that pushing past all those things, it wasn't worth it. Like, it was just like, hey, Eddie, no matter what you do in life, you're always going to have these challenges or these barriers in front of you. Because when I was in my early 20s, I felt like, okay, if you work really, really hard, eventually I won't make any more mistakes. I won't have any challenges. There will be no barriers. Everything will be just smooth and copacetic, and we'll be Gucci. And that wasn't the case. And I mean, I remember those days so much. Like, I used to work overtime. On my days off, I would pick up other people's shifts and stuff like that. Just do whatever I can. Even during my off time, I would work on work projects just to make sure I get everything done, because I was hoping to get ahead of these projects at some point in my life. It never happened. It never happened. And that kind of led me to making sure I found a balance in my life when it comes to work-life balance, social life, and all this stuff like that. And I'm glad I did. And so now, last week, how I kind of apply those things is, even though I didn't feel motivated to do anything, I didn't want to do anything, I focused on those little small things that I really, really had to do. So there was meetings that I had to go to. There was things I already kind of obligated myself to, like I committed or I agreed to, like a social hangout. I agreed to the dates. So I did those things. But when I did those things, I did my best to be as present as possible in those moments. I'm really glad. When I look back on last week, I'm really proud of myself, because I was really able, during my meetings, I did what I had to do. I brought my best mood at that time. I was engaged with everything and talking to everyone, figure some things out. And we got a lot done, a lot of progress made. And then during my social events, I had fun. It was really good. Like, I didn't focus on what was happening before or what's going to happen after. I was just in that moment, and it was really nice. And then even date night, I am just like, I showed up. And I'm glad I did. Outside of those things, I did nothing. I made sure in my week schedule, I did a whole bunch of nothing. Like, if I didn't have to do it, if I didn't legitimately hey, put this on my calendar, I'm doing it, I just didn't do it. And I learned that this is the best for me in these situations. I always want to make steps moving forward. I never want to give up and just stop doing everything and just lay on my couch and do nothing. I find small little things, like, I kind of remove all those big projects off my list, and I sent out appreciation emails and messages, and it was pseudo work to me, but it was something I could do and move me forward and allow me to build connections with other people, and it didn't hurt me to do it. And then my homework, I did my homework. I have a post scheduled for Tuesday. I have to do it on Tuesday, and then everything else was due today on Sunday. Now, I did push everything out to Sunday, and so I started at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I ended at 6 o'clock. It was just nonstop. It was like hour of just like study time, like hour increments of study time. And it was good. I got it all done, and I didn't stress myself about it too much. And now I look back on my week, and I'm really I'm proud of myself, and I'm satisfied with what I did. I didn't do as much as I would like, but I got through it. I moved forward. I didn't give up, and I'm excited about next week and getting those things done. The biggest lesson I've kind of been learning over time is just, even if you don't feel motivated, just do it. Just do it anyways. Now, I do make sure you plan out some time to do nothing. Don't keep pushing through everything with there's no breaks to rest, no sleep, or anything like that. Put some time in there. But if there's a task you have to do that task, and then afterwards do nothing. Don't, like, when I came to work, I went to work at 7 o'clock in the morning just because I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just want to make sure I can get there and do my work, get some things knocked out, and not talk to anybody. Outside of my meetings, I normally, before the meeting, we socialize and stuff like that. I didn't socialize. I was just like, I'm just going to go to this meeting. That's it. We'll be good. We can keep it real simple as possible. And it all worked out. Just finding that balance. And it was good, Eddie. It was really good. I'm glad I do these videos because it made me reflect on my week in a more objective way and even subjective, like looking at my emotions and stuff like that. I hope you were able to get something from this. With that being said, I appreciate you for stopping by, listening. I hope you got something from it, and I'll hopefully see you next week. Take care.